Let's see if this stream pops up online. While I wait for that, I'm gonna grab a glass of water. Be right back. I don't see anything. You guys see anything? God damn it. Come on. There we go. How's audio? Beautiful. Everything's working, guys. Everything looks good. Let's dive into it. All right, we're back to OBS. Hopefully everything is working. If it isn't, let me know. It will save me so much trouble. One time I recorded an entire live stream without knowing there wasn't any audio because nobody told me. So, let's get to it. I've been playing on the 30-second chart a bit today because it's pretty clean. Let's take a look at what we got here, okay? Hopefully everyone's still here. I know I'm 20 minutes late, but hey, you know, I'm putting the work in. What can I say? Alrighty, good morning, sunshine. Good morning, sunshine. Got a few tests. Hello, guys. Cool, let's do Bitcoin. I was particularly interested in this wave PM cross today. This CCI right here rolled up rather nicely, where we had every period correctly weighted on one side. And the wave PM, all values are below 0.7. Actually, they were all below 0.5, which is pretty rare. And we had that wave PM cross all at once with every period on the same side. That was a tried and true breakout. And yeah, you may be looking at this like resistances here. How did we get a breakout here? It's the wave PM. Holy hell, this quality is great. No, your quality is great because you are a good person. All right. Yeah, I have a bunch of fancy equipment for my actual business. My other business. I got two businesses. I make dice, and I need really nice product shots. So, yeah, hold on. I can do this. Yeah, no, we can't. Yeah, but I make fancy dice. All right, we're gonna zoom in on my face. Hold on. Hopefully that's right. I don't know. Is that right? Yeah, I'm in zoom. Okay, we're good. We're good. Sorry. Okay, let's start on the 4-hour chart. Hold on. Am I in focus? I'm not. Why did I do that? I'm so stupid. Come on. Just focus on my hand. Beautiful. I got all my plants, too. I got a wall of plants. Hold on. I need to get my tree in the background. I got a tree now. Oh my god. Alright. Wait. Everything needs to be in frame. Oh my god. There we go. That's what I call a background. Alright, sorry. I get out of the Twilight Zone. Okay, you have any questions? Good morning, sunshine. I'll happily answer anything for you. What you're doing on SPX today, or this longest overexpanded period on Bitcoin is just so clean. Let's get that loaded up first. So, trend defining pivot. Starting out here. Longest overexpanded period is 180. This is the 1.25 standard deviation of said period. It is an active trend. So as long as it's an active trend, you bet on it. All right, we did the following. We were on the daily chart, and we set a manual period of 150 for this longest overexpanded period, which I will draw in now. Okay. So we said in our last live stream, which you can watch publicly by clicking on my profile and going to streams, I said it in the first 5 minutes of the video. We have the following thing. All right, this was our resistance. Okay. With this resistance, I'm only gonna have one of them. Go away. All right, here that works. So we had this resistance here, and we had the support, and we said Bitcoin is going to be forced to do one of two things. Either we're going to go below the support and see long-term compressionary mean reversion, which either means sideways or down, or we will see a break of this long-term resistance, which is the longest overexpanded period. Oh my God, hold on. Which would result in a parabolic move. So, Assfix81, how you doing, man? I will come up with a better nickname for you. I apologize. Right, so 150 is right here. Or I was saying 150 here. Okay, so this is our longest overexpanded period, and as of one candle ago, yesterday, it turned green, which means trend resumption is viable. And if you have viable trend resumption, well, that means you can break resistances. So, same candle. Clean stuff. Crypto expert, hi man, how are you doing? What do you think Bitcoin's gonna do? So, we had this resistance on the 4-hour chart. Load. ACAT's kind of a large indicator. I'm going to be funding my AMP futures account, which means I'll be able to get data on multi-charts, and that's going to load a lot faster because we've ported the indicators over there as well. So this is our support. That is our resistance. We broke the resistance, so now we see continued trend. Right, that's what I said yesterday. That's what happened. Trend. Beautiful. Boom. Pow. That's it. As far as targets go, because we were seeing the break of a long-term resistance and potentially ending of long-term downtrend. Ooh, so risky. I got weird feelings about this one, fam. So I would like to assume trend resumption here to the upside. I wouldn't even be considered trend resumption at this point because it's just been so long since we have had upward trend. This is technically a daily downtrend. We need to zoom out further, guys. I'm having a panic attack. Oh my God. I ran out of tea. I gotta brew more tea. Okay, so this longest overexpanded period rating on the ACAT isn't right because we don't have enough history. So, BLX. Nice! I love how droopy ACAT gets on logarithmic scaling, so we're going to turn that off. And still not enough data. Okay, so we can't use ACAT on this time frame. But we already knew that, didn't we? It would be a hot take to say that we would see a breakout and trend resumption here. I admit that. All I can do for you is show you trend definition on the 4-hour chart and tell you as long as we are above this line, Bitcoin will go up. That's it. That's my game plan for Bitcoin. All right, if you want to do this yourself, just load up a 160 period, 65, 160, yeah, 160 period, Bollinger Band on your chart on the 1.25 standard deviation. And as long as we are above it, Bitcoin will stay in upward trend. The moment we go inside, the trend will be over, and then it's either sideways or down. Okay. If you would like me to look at a chart, ask me. and I will do so. Otherwise, I'm going to look at Ethereum for Good Morning Sunshine. FBTC. Yeah, I'm holding Bitcoin pairing. Ooh, that's all right. Why do you think this is a good chart? I want to hear why. It's been a rough week. Holy, I didn't notice that. I mean, I'm still holding it, but kind of been holding it for longer than I should have been. You know, like 2019. Daily trend line. Okay. Yeah, give me my log scaling back. I like that. Cool. Okay, we got 3 points of contact on that. For the 12-hour. Try to get a cleaner reading on the 3-wave PM. Ooh. IFRX, I don't know what that is. That sounds fun. Yeah, we can get a Lox reading on this. Do you think Link's recent downtrend is close to bottoming out, or does it have more room to go? That is a fantastic question, and I will check it after IFRX. Okay. So, we are looking at a mean inversion period of 300. We will manually define that to look at our continued support and resistances. Right, we get the 300 period because this is the highest period that is red. So, you're going to load a 300 period Bollinger Band. I really like this playlist. I'm going to use this one from now on. It's nice. Okay. So, volatility theory. As long as we are above 0.7 value for the 300 period, which translates to yellow. Now let's do it like this so you guys get a good understanding. I'm sure we have lots of new people today. All right. So, we set this to 300. Which is our LOXP, that is what we call it. As long as it's above the 0.7 value, which is this blue here, it is a state of overexpansion. And on the activation of the mean inversion condition, which was here, as long as it is above the 0.7 value, so which it still is, it means we cannot exit the band. Okay? So, what happened? We ran up, we approached resistance, we saw high volatility directly on the pivot, and then we saw rejection. Right? So, compressionary condition holds true. Mwah. Compressionary conditions are our most accurate tool. Now, the reason they aren't infinitely profitable is because sometimes you activate a mean inversion condition, price will just go sideways along the edge, and then the mean will travel up to meet price. That is why I'm not a millionaire yet. Because I am right 90% of the time, but I do not profit 90% of the time. Which is what makes this so fun. You have to recognize other conditions and other time frames on what's actually going to make this work. And in this scenario, I would like to see the upward trend and definition of this to see where we could define potentially this mean inversion. I'm gonna say it's on the 4-hour chart. I'm gonna set this back to the way it should be. Okay. Oh, am I not restreaming this? Oh, I am restreaming this. We're good. So that's a clean logs. Let's check it out. Oh, that's messy. Okay. No. Okay. If you have a bearish mean reversion condition, you should not trust the efficacy of an upward trend in a bearish mean reversion. This is what's throwing me off here. Because we activated this. We actually saw trend resumption before we completed the condition. Or at least 2 days before the condition completed. So this is a losing trade. And I'm happy to point them out. This one actually is just about perfect. The condition ends here and then immediately sees trend resumption. Hawks was unclean. 1 hour. Show me what you got. Oh my god. That's what I want to see. Okay, so this is good. This is a well-defined resistance with several points of contact. I would actually be looking for reshorts on ETH right now. Typically when Bitcoin goes parabolic, altcoins will just do the inverse to maintain their USD value. Resistance at this moment is 22399. If you want to manually define that yourself, 230, 240 period on the 1.25, okay? That'll do it. All right, let's check out. Plus, it seems generally oversold. So, the reason I don't agree with the oversold sentiment just yet is because we aren't technically generating overexpansion on the relevant time frames because of the proportional volatility. Right, so this move here is not registering as volatile because we just saw a volatile move up. That means you have a very wide distribution and it's not tagging outer standard deviations of said distribution because they are truly extreme values at this time. So you would need to travel way down to be considered oversold. However, if we cross that 1 hour pivot right here, then yes, I would consider that bullish reversal and I would bet on that. Okay, IFRX. Oh God. Does anyone know why this happened? I don't like that. Yeah, I assume there's serious fundamentals here that I don't understand, so guess we have to read about it. There's no doubt that money can be made by owning shares of unprofitable businesses. All right. Company's cash runway is calculated by dividing its cash hoard by its cash burn. In September, InfraX had 137 million, is debt-free. Okay, so they have 3.8 years of cash runway as of last year. It's an early stage business. Cash burn has increased by 86%. This is interesting. What is this site? They don't show me market cap, which is kind of a nuisance, but wait, they do. Oh. But do they show me a chart of market cap? Oh, I stopped that. Job is late stage drug trial failure. Ah. Okay, so let me guess. Is the only fundamental change of this stock the coronavirus? This is another one of the scenarios where, like, oh, this is a company that makes drugs. Look at all the drugs we need at this trying time. I don't like to invest in that kind of thing. Because even if a company has no relevancy to curing the coronavirus, their stock still goes up because, ooh, biomed. I'm kind of annoyed by it. Sure, you can profit off of it, but I don't consider it safe. Especially with how awful the volume has been on this trickle upward. Not really comfortable analyzing it with this many gaps in the chart too. Oof. Yeah, I wouldn't touch this, man. All right, what do I think of Link? Let's check it out. All right, we identified the mean inversion last month. Just pointed out. All right, I think I'm caught up on my charts. If you guys want me to look at something, please let me know. All right, this is a clean chart. So what happens? We generate an overexpansion with this, which defines this pivot. And we define that pivot. If we were to say cross inside like we did here, that means we will compress as long as this is above 0.7, which ended here. We reverted down to the mean. We saw a resumption of new downtrend with new expansion, which in turn defined a new trend-defining pivot. The trend is down. Okay. We are below the trend-defining pivot. As long as that is true, you should stay short. At the current time, this pivot is at 0.004. So I don't really give targets for bottoms. I just give pivot values. So if we hit the pivot value, then the bias changes. Right? Static values aren't really good in trading. They don't. Why would you place a static value in a dynamic market? Right? Why not update your readings every candle close? Ooh, how does one properly take profit on a quad CCI signal? I love that question. That's a really good question. Thank you for asking. All right, here's how I take profit. Since quad CCI is trend identification tool, and we will be using default periods on the 50 and 200. Quad CCI is this big boy right here. Essentially, the way I take profit on quad CCI is if our 50 period is above the 100 value. All right, so if you're short, you take the 14 period CCI roll downs, and you exit your trade when the 50 is above 100. Okay. Let's find an example. Let's go back in time. Let's use the replay tool. Let's go here. All right. We are in a quad CCI scenario on this chart. Why? Because we have slope in our probability of volatility on our 200 period, with all our periods weighted negatively below the 100 value, negative 100 value on the quad CCI. So what happens? Let's hit play. Our entry is going to be when the 14 period rolls up, and when it crosses down, we will enter. However, if the 50 period enters above the 100 value, we will stop out of our trade. There we go. All right, so we should be looking for entry as soon as this rolls down. Hopefully I'll be able to pause it on the actual candle. Let's slow this down. Play. Maybe a little faster. I'm scared to do it. I'm just gonna wait. Okay. So this candle, yep. All right, so we enter our short here. We would stop out above this value. Let's hit play. Now let's speed it up. That's it. That's our stop loss. So, because this strategy is so nice, our 50 period, which went up right here, is where we stop out. So we entered here, we exited here. It was a losing trade. So even though our initial stop loss was 11%, which means you should have a small position size, we only ended up closing out 2.5%. Because with this strategy, our stop loss slowly lowers to each price to match the trend. Right? Because if you're getting a quad CCI roll down, you should expect trend resumption. It is a trend trading tool. This does not work in ranging markets. Do not attempt to use quad CCI in ranging markets. You define a trending market by the slope of probability volatility, which essentially is this. If the bottom edge of your 200 band is sloping, that means you're good. All right, so here, like initially with this here, you notice how, sure, we have all our periods below 200. All right, well, our slope is still up. That implies high volatility is going to occur. What happens? We immediately see a huge shot up with increased volatility before settling down. Slope is your friend. Always use it. And I cannot believe that was only a 3-minute explanation. Oh, I hope that helped. Cleared up. So essentially with quad CCI, you take profit with a stop loss. And I know that's really safe. Alternatively, you can use the 3.2 standard deviation of the 50 period, as long as the 50 period is above the 0.7 value on the wave PM. That's your swing low, take profit value. Speed it up. I want to see if we can do this trade again. Oh, and it works best on the 4 hour. All right, cool. We could do an initial entry with this, right? The slope isn't that great. Yeah, so. Short. Stop out, if the 50 goes up above, let's hit play. Yeah, there. So we stop out here. Our trade goes from here to here, 14%, with our initial stop loss being 4%. And our stop loss becomes break even after 4 days. All right, let's find another one. All right, significant positive weighting. Ooh. He does not want to give us an entry. All right, there. Hold on. So this CCI rollup is bad because you have multiple periods, actually all your periods above 0.9. So if you have all your periods above 0.9, then you should actually be looking for trend reversal, which in that scenario would be looking for 14 period CCI roll down. So counter trend trade here. Beautiful. That is our short entry. Seeing this here, I would actually switch over to Volatility Theory to get a target. Yeah, wow. So by switching to ACAT, we see that this is actually our support, and it bounces off perfectly. So even though we got our trend reversal signal here, we need to be really careful. We could take soft longs while keeping our short open. All right, so that essentially just reduces risk. So if this bounces here, we would take a long and bet on trend continuation while keeping the short open. And then our stop out on the short would be above the 50 period. And then if we were to break inside ACAT here, we would be looking for short affirmations, which would end up being a 50 period CCI roll down. So that's it, play. I'm gonna slow this down just a bit. Nice, so that's secondary long signal. We would enter another long at this location. Beautiful. We stop out of our short here. Right, so this short was from here to here. That's 9% profit. Then we enter our secondary, or our first long here for initial 18% profit, and our secondary long here for 13% profit. Let's hit play and see how long this lasts. All right. I would use this as a safe take profit. So let's close the first trade here and then keep the second one open. All right, so this is technically a hard resistance, but because we have good slope on our wave PM, I'm gonna still keep the secondary long open. Whew, all right. I got greedy, but here's what you know. The 3.2 of the CLCP is a very consistent resistance, and I got a little greedy because of the slope on the wave PM. But in this little trading time of, how many days was this? Yeah, in 2 weeks we made 9%. 27%, and I would probably stop out around here after that huge drop, probably the second candle, 13%. So about 50%. Nice. 40%, Jesus. All right. Head and shoulders forming on the 5-minute chart. No. Head and shoulders is a macro level distribution pattern for long-term market structure. I don't respect it on lower time frames. DBX on the weekly, 5 at the time. Dropbox, eh? Yeah, it's actually doing pretty good. I can understand why. I'm not going to do the weekly because the chart history doesn't go back long enough for me to get relevant readings. Head and shoulders, I think, should really be only applied to traditional asset classes. Unless you're using Wyckoff theory in conjunction with the appropriate 9 steps of volume analysis that is used with Wyckoff theory. Then, by all means, use head and shoulders. I'll totally respect it. But as just a breakout pattern, no. There's definitely a right way to use it. I don't think it's in crypto or on the 5-minute chart. There's this one guy in my Discord, DJT, who could do it That's only because he was a Wyckoff master and was really good at reading distributions. But yeah, he did hardcore point and figure analysis on it. Okay, so we can define trend on a shorter time frame. I know that's not what you want. Oh, we can't. So because this is such a tapered trend, we can't really define the longest overexpanded period for it. And on the daily chart, this high volatility just means that this trend is reading as compressed. So I can't really give you a good reading on this. I'm sorry. Check out Aeon. Aeon was one of our recent trade calls. Good 60% upside, and we have return to support. Yeah, I can understand your attraction to this. I would not either buy and hold something like this and just wait for the cycle, but I would try to enter around 700, to be honest, if I were to. And I wouldn't expect anything for at least a few months. Because even though this is very cyclical, if we return back down to base values, it tends to settle down for quite some time. Right, ZIL. Ooh, okay. I can work with this. Might be true expansion. Holy shit. Hell yeah. That is a good trade. This is a really, 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 really good trade. Go for it. Yeah, take a long right now. That Lux was getting perfectly respected. It's either going to bounce here or not at all. That's it. If we bounce here, we will see either a secondary bounce or just trend continuation. So I would probably guess something like this if it were to fly. But if we break down below this support, then we'll just return to compression. Okay? Am I talking with other chats? Just this one here. But nobody's watching my... I don't know who's watching my YouTube. We can find out. Come here. Seven people. Yeah, so we had a total of 18 people on today. It's pretty good. Nobody on the YouTube's asking any questions, though. Okay. And I wanted to use browser source overlays for the chat instead of just pasting them on here, but I kind of realized I would have to grab new links from TradingView every single time, which is a huge nuisance, but... Because with YouTube, with my current settings, I can... My face is gone, it's because my camera's dead. Yeah. I thought I was charging the battery, but I didn't plug it. That's my bad. If anybody wants to buy me a secondary battery, I will do nothing for you except give you my gratitude. Thank you for telling me, though. Appreciate that. Just hide these. Which one is this, eh? Webcam. What is this? Beautiful. Let's get back to business. Alright, I want to eat food, so give me any final coins or charts you want me to look at, and I'll do it. But this is really nice. I like it a lot. Yo, dog, I'm still here. What do you mean, missed it? Check DGB if you want to kick yourself up for missing a trade. I'll be the judge of that. Okay. Yeah, quad CCI is good. Textbook quad CCI. Look at this. Roll up, roll up. Nice. All right, you want to use quad CCI on this? You can. I just showed you how to do it. So, you want to get the next roll up? Do it. Give you a high food. High five. Global market signals. Hi, my dude. Glad you enjoyed the stream. I mean, right now we're trending above the 3.2. I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't know, man. That looks pretty good. Yeah, if you want to rewatch this, I recommend doing so on YouTube. Okie doke. Looks like that's it. It's been a pleasure, everybody. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Oh, I'm willing to do that. I'll keep doing this. We will get a group of people who like me. That's what it's called. Goodbye, everybody. I'm leaving. I'm going away.